truth is, it wasn't always like this. There was a time when life was a lot less complicated. Can I take your picture for the school paper?
Sure.
When Spider-Man swung onto the big screen in 2002, it wasn't just another superhero movie, it was a cinematic milestone that redefined the entire genre. Before this film, comic book adaptations were still struggling to find their identity in Hollywood, often treated as light entertainment rather than serious storytelling.
But Spider-Man, directed by Sam Raimi and starring Tobey Maguire, changed everything.
It proved that superhero films could have depth, emotion, and heart while still delivering jaw-dropping action and groundbreaking visuals. The movie brought one of Marvel's most beloved characters to life in a way that connected with audiences around the world, blending the struggles of being human with the thrill of being a hero. The story followed Peter Parker, an ordinary high school student whose life is turned upside down after being bitten by a genetically altered spider. Suddenly gifted with incredible powers, super strength, agility, and the ability to cling to walls, Peter begins to see the world from a whole new perspective. But what truly made this film stand out was how it focused on Peter's emotional journey as much as his physical transformation. His relationship with Uncle Ben and the tragedy that followed became the emotional foundation of the entire movie. The lesson "with great power comes great responsibility" became one of the most iconic lines in film history, not just for comic book fans, but for audiences everywhere. What also made Spider-Man special was how it balanced the hero's challenges with the real-world struggles of an ordinary young man. Peter had to deal with love, rejection, money problems, and personal loss, all while trying to protect the people he cared about. His affection for Mary Jane Watson, played with warmth and charm, added a touching layer to the story. Their connection wasn't just romantic, it was filled with longing, hope, and the pain of unspoken feelings. The film captured the vulnerability of young love while showing how the burden of being a hero can sometimes mean sacrificing personal happiness. The villain of the story, Norman Osborn, portrayed by Willem Dafoe, became one of the most memorable antagonists in superhero cinema. His transformation into the Green Goblin represented the darker side of ambition and the dangerous consequences of playing with power. Dafoe's performance was both terrifying and deeply human, showing a man torn between his own ego and his love for his son, Harry. The dynamic between Norman, Peter, and Harry added emotional depth to the conflict, making it more than just a fight between good and evil. It became a personal battle rooted in love, betrayal, and legacy. Visually, Spider-Man was revolutionary for its time. The special effects, especially the web-swinging sequences across New York City, were unlike anything audiences had ever seen. The feeling of flight, the freedom of movement, and the breathtaking camera work made viewers feel like they were soaring through the city with Peter. The film used a combination of practical effects and early CGI innovation, blending them seamlessly to create a world that felt alive and energetic. Sam Raimi's direction was filled with his signature-style dynamic camera angles, intense close-ups, and a perfect balance between emotion and action. Every frame carried his unique creative touch, giving the film a comic book flair that felt larger than life but still emotionally grounded. Beyond its technical achievements, Spider-Man was a story about identity. It explored what it means to be a hero when no one is watching, when every decision carries consequences, and when the world doesn't always see your sacrifices. Peter's journey from an awkward, bullied teenager to a selfless protector of the city was inspiring because it reflected a universal truth: true strength comes from character, not power. The film's emotional core reminded audiences that heroes are defined not by their abilities, but by the choices they make. The chemistry between the cast was another key to the film's success. Tobey Maguire brought an earnestness and vulnerability to Peter Parker that made him instantly relatable. He wasn't the cool or confident type. He was the awkward kid next door trying to figure out his place in the world. Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane captured both the strength and fragility of someone chasing her dreams while struggling with her own insecurities. James Franco's portrayal of Harry Osborn added a layer of tension and tragedy that would continue to evolve in later films. Together, their performances created a believable world full of emotional complexity and heart.